game. Y'all did same thing against NFL. That was crazy.
Yeah. You know, just happy for this kids, man. I think the parents made a great decision, and I don't know if the kids that made the decision are going to come to our school, but I'm glad that they did come and, they're really getting to see what it's like to have. And I said, I took my own home to have great coaching because we're not about like, every high school team is about sometimes building an offense around one person, right? Or there's always that one person on the team who's the super leader, and if the leader is leading, then no one else is leading you. That's something we don't believe. If you're playing a varsity sport, or if you're a junior, everybody is a leader on that team.
You only got like two upperclassmen starting, right?
Yes, we only have two juniors starting.
Damn, they're not even seniors.
We got three freshmen starting.
Yeah. Where y'all at now? Y'all made it to the States, right?
Yeah, we're in our first round of States Thursday, playing at home. It's either the winner out of Platt or Gilboro, which is another public school, but we're gonna go see them. Right? We're gonna go see them play on Tuesday, just to get some footage on them, what we should do and stuff like that. So that's gonna be dope. Can't wait for that. The energy is crazy. That's what we really want. Practice they're a little complacent and stuff sometimes, but it's like, dude, you guys are so great. Like, let's just finish everything. You know what I mean? Let's just take it there, get a state championship. It's a long time coming. Long time coming. It is. It is a long time coming.
So, and then with definitely the hard work, the mentors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you involved with the Lord Direct and all that too, right?
Yeah, we over there. We're in there too. My son run a lot of the programs there. And it's awesome because he gets great, reviews, and the parents be like, "Oh, he's such a great kid." Well, man,
yeah, like he chimed in one time when he was coaching with one of the games up there at NYFL.
Yep.
He chimed in. Like I was like, man, I wish this dude was out
there. Yeah, man. He really can't wait to graduate because my son is he's definitely one of them young men that likes to get back. And he loves sports, and I'm so glad I kept him around sports all his life. And once I became a coach, it was just like he loves seeing both aspects of it. He was a player, now he's like, yes, this is what I would do different, blah, blah, blah. But then he knows that he's a role model for a young kid. You know what I mean? It's huge to see a kid who came from the North Youth League, to play high school ball, a varsity player, to go to college and play something that he loved. Those are huge steps. So I tell people that all the time. Like, you complete what you want. And all the kids.
So who did that to him? What you think?
I always been like that for him. I just, you know what I mean? I always been that type of person for myself. Like, I'm gonna do what I want. I said I'm always gonna lead in my own direction, and I'm gonna, just keep moving. And I always tell him, you do anything you want. He said, I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest supporter. I'm always gonna make sure that you're in the right position so that you can be successful. So that is awesome, but he loves it. He loves the whole coaching aspect. He loves that. He's the vice president and stuff like that. Yeah, he loves it all. Yeah, like he loves it all, but he's responsible enough for it, And that's the cool part. Like, he's responsible for it, and his input is awesome because he sees different things that I don't see. As we get older, we're like, yeah, flyer out there. You know what I'm saying? They show up. No, my son is like, make sure we have the emails right, make sure it's properly, get it right. So I'm gonna put on the Snapchat, and I'm gonna do this, that, and third. I got to use social media. Yo, he's so good at the recruiting thing and stuff. Like, we got kids coming, like, it's crazy. He's like, yo, put them in the jersey. Put them in the jersey, watch how they like it. He's like, I said, okay. I said, all right, let's do it. Put them all in there. So we ordered all our stuff early this time.
So what's up? You talking about the AAU?
Yeah.
So what's up with that? What's up there?
So this is gonna be our second year. March 19th, trials will be at St. Bernard's, 4 to 7. We're doing 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th through 12th.
We'll definitely put the link in
Yeah,
there. When we put
that's
this out,
gonna
we'll
be
put the link down.
that's gonna be dope because now I'm getting, high school ball players and stuff like that. It's amazing how some kids are always looking for different teams, and, and
They just try to ball.
yeah, that's
You know?
true. Some of them are trying to ball, some of them are, trying to get recognition, and I get that because some of them want to play college ball. So I get that. So, I'm networking hard to know all these coaches, know what to and excuse me, and approach them. Like, listen, I got this kid, blah, blah, blah. Even if it's Division 3, you tell a lot of kids.
Yeah.
We look at the reality of stuff that I try to tell them. Not saying that you can't play Division 1 or Division
Yeah,
Two.
you gotta tell them the truth, though.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Because the world's gonna tell them the truth at some point.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's better coming from somebody that care about them than
Yeah.
some random person out in the streets that's going.
Yeah, 'cause you can have a real successful career playing Division 3 ball, then go overseas and play ball.
So,
I'm not saying. Yeah, even the G League,
We're
yeah.
gonna talk about this later. I've been paying attention, dog.
Yeah, man, that thing is. They done found the loophole to get everybody to the pros. I'm like, I ain't mad at them.
That new team Ignite, you can go from high school to that team now. You
Mhm.
ain't gotta go to college. You
Yeah.
found a loophole to miss college, right?
Yeah, but let alone talk about how if you're a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star athlete, now you get paid for your likeness.
Yeah.
Picking up sponsorships. I said, now, how do you? There's so much stuff that I looked at, and I'm like, is it easier to recruit, or is it going to be harder to recruit? It takes away the hitting stuff that we used to see growing up, right? The paying the athletes to come to your school. With that money, nobody know where the money came from. Your mom pulls up in a Mercedes-Benz. Now it's like, oh, you're a 4-star athlete now. Sweats is going to sponsor you. You got a $3 million contract. Oh, you get paid to play football now.
Oh, you talking about that new rule they put in? Yeah. Okay.
I was like, hey, I talked to a couple people about that. I thought that was kind of.
No, they made billions off those kids.
Billions is the word. You got it right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know somebody who went to school for track and had to leave because he had a kid and he was only getting paid like $400 or $500 a month. Like how you?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you to have. They won't let you make your own money. You can't have a job.
Right.
But they want you to live, get your meals, all that off of 500.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these linemen 300 pounds.
Yes.
$500 ain't lasting them a month
At all. You know what I mean? But they equate that with you're getting a $250,000 education. And I'm like, you
how
think
much
about
you ticket sales?
right. But I'm thinking also too, like, why is education costing so much? Oh, because you got to pay the professor who's a doctor teach you, or you have the best, you supposedly have the best teachers teaching you the same information that I can read off the internet. Probably the book that he already wrote and I can read it. And I'm paying you $250,000 a year. But because I'm playing sports, I have to think that's the best thing for me. But, it's different. But I guess where I'm at for my goal is to get kids to college, get them to school, get them to what they love to do. Have a passion for something. Like, you know what I mean? I just think we have to do our part to help shape the future because, they're tech savvy group of kids, man. And sports has their ups and downs and stuff, and it's changing. These kids are super athletes. Some of them ain't super athletes. Some of them don't have an IQ for the game. So it's like it's so much stuff that you gotta know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
from the coaching aspect of it and the life aspect of it. I think that's like one of the reasons why I love what I do is because the life stuff I get to teach. And
So the AAU, like you know, a schedule at all? Like what?
so we don't have the schedule. We have the schedule, but I just haven't printed it up. But we're gonna probably go for like 2 months, 3 months.
I hear those couple times a week, and then traveling on the weekends, tournaments.
Yeah. I did it for a while, man, but it's exciting. If you into that, I'm excited about stuff like that. I like going against other coaches. It's like playing chess. You know what I mean? Sometimes it ain't even about having the best athlete. Who can run the best offense? Who can outthink who? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's faster than what? Do I post up this kid every single time because he's the weak link? You know what I mean? It's like that's what I love about it. Right. That's what I love about it. But it is strenuous. It is very strenuous. like you're traveling.
It's worth it though. I mean,
Yeah.
if you got a good program, it's worth it. For
Yeah.
real, your kid really interested in it,
Yeah.
Really,
I mean, that's my focus, to have a great program and for the kids to love the sport. I don't know how many kids I done spoke to who get to their senior year of high school and say they don't even love the sport anymore because of the coaching stuff that they've been through.
you see what I looked at, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
so imagine, you love football. You love football?
Not as much now.
See, and you only a freshman. See, that's a little tough. That's tough. And I who do I blame for it? Like I don't. I would never say to blame anybody, but
it's 50-50. Like
right.
a little bit of it is that he's a year young.
Yeah.
So he ain't his growth spurt yet.
Right.
He's always been the biggest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now he's getting bullied, technique coming a little bit better. You got to work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I told him he got to play next year. If he's still not in love with it, he at least agreed that we can make it to some kind of college on scholarship and then carry on with your life. You ain't got to try to make it to the pros.
Right.
It's not pay for college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, there you go.
That's it.
And that's a good perspective.
Yeah.
If it's through education or if it's through sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tell kids all the time, I say, yo, you get more money for education than sports. Like it's tough to get a scholarship.
That's why I was telling you, like, if you want to try to get the Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
See where you're sitting right now, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got one of these programs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I said, like, let's try to. So, so for people out there who don't know, we had this conversation off camera, but definition of hard work a lot. Like we met through football.
Yes.
Right. So, and then we were talking about how it's better, at least in this area, it seems like it's better to hit up the camps and get put on the radar through camps than scouts coming out to see teams play. Like in this area, it's better to go travel, hit up the camps and stuff. So
it is,
and that's what I brought up to you.
It's I think it's that's one sometimes you get recruited out of it.
Yeah, I believe it.
You got to do your own legwork, but then also on top of that, when you go to the camps, go introduce yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they wasn't looking at you, give them something to look at. Like, hey, my name is such and such and such. I don't know if you're out there watching whatever have you, but you know what I mean? I play this position, I could play any position. I mean, you gotta sell yourself in games.
Yeah.
And that was huge. And I kind of wish I did more of that with my son. But he got his looks and he worked hard for it. But like you said, you do have to go out. That's what I want to do. I want to bring the showcase down. I want to do that with my program. I want DHW showcase.
Definition of hard work.
Yeah.
I got it.
You know what I mean? That'll be so dope to have my own. I got Division 2, Division 3, maybe a couple of Division AA schools come down. And I invite all the schools from the area. Yeah. You know what I mean? Senior kids come out and show out. We're going to have running backs, wide receivers for the first 2 hours. Then they'll go home, blah, blah, blah. Then we'll have linebackers, linemen. You know, we'll figure out the order. You know what I'm saying? But I want to be the umbrella and bring kids down.
So we can edit this out. Yeah, you talk about the list. You deal with that, talking about that.
Yeah.
You good with talking about that?
Yeah.
All right. So we cut that out. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So we talking about coach list that we brought up off camera actually too. Mm-hmm. You know that plays into all these camps and the showcase. And all that, right? So you could probably get in contact with all these people. Yeah, and tell them about the showcase. And like maybe they can get something. Maybe the coach won't come down, but maybe get a scout or something.
No, and that's the whole part of it. When I went to a basketball showcase and then my son also put me on to a list of different purchase as well. But they give you all the emails to the coaches. And coaches that recruit in this area, if you send them the email telling them what you're doing, they will reply to you, say, yeah, we'll come down. We have a nice little spot for them, and they'll walk around the field, watching what's going on, what they're doing out there, and that's huge.
So speaking on that, what about getting the kids that come to you? You ever thought about like highlight films getting recordings of these kids, some of these kids, and then like you got a list. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel like. Obviously, well, you've got a lot going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that.
Yep.
And maybe some outside person coming to help you.
That's
Or whatever. I ain't trying to teach.
Yeah,
how to
no.
run the
We
business
thought
or
about
anything.
that too. We thought about that too. We try to find, we see all the people come up with the highlight tapes and there's a lot of kids out there doing it. I
Yeah.
mean, we would love to put somebody on our staff and do it. Like I actually brought it up to somebody once. I said, yo, I coach a lot of places. I go to a lot of schools. I'm like, you should come to one of my practices and be like, yo, can I do a highlight tape for you? Can I blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's great clientele. And I'm one of the biggest people to put somebody on.
Yeah.
And I don't need nothing in return. It's just like if I ask you for something, you know what I mean, just to help my program as well as I help you. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I don't need money in it like that because I'm not one of those people who.
Well, you building connections. You're
Yeah.
networking.
Yeah,
You know,
because
some things are worth a little bit more than a couple dollars.
hell yeah, because if
You know
you
what I'm
make it, then I'll make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
And
like that attitude.
Yeah.
It's like, you
but there's a lot of people that
don't
don't
need to
do
hate.
that.
You don't need to hate on stuff. You know, everybody work together. There's enough
Yeah.
money out here for everybody.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
I try to tell people that. Like, it's crazy how like some people are always looking for something, or looking out for their best interest. They're looking out for their best interest. And anybody that knows me, any of the young people that know me, they'll tell you, no, I'll tell them something, but if you don't take my information and use it, that's on you.
Yeah, I mean,
It's on you. I can
walk
take
your own path.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm like, yo, did you do this? Did you do that? I'm like, all right, I told you you could have done blah blah blah. I got friends who always want to do businesses and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know someone that I spoke to who has a cleaning business. And I happened to go somewhere and it's a pretty corporate business and it was like, we need to hire someone to clean. I called that person right on the spot. Say, hey, they're looking to hire someone to do cleaning. Might be a nice little deal for you. Sure enough. And what I liked about her, she's like me. She hopped right on it, got the job, and I said, well, you got to do a contract though. You know what I mean? I was like, but it's cool because now I helped her out, and I'm like, dude, I hope that your business gets successful. I hope you get as big as you're supposed to be. I hope that you start cleaning Pfizer and whatever you want to do because that's your business. I hope it grows because now, say something happens and your son goes pro or something, and I need someone to come speak for me. I'm like, yo, pick up the phone, man. She's like, I got you. I had some kids that I, thought was gonna go places and stuff like that, but they're still Division One athletes. I still have them come speak. I'll have them come down and work out with us and stuff like that. And that's a great connection for me. That's just how I feel. It's a great connection because they get to see who this person is. This person is an ordinary person. We're all American, this, that. So I love that. I love just helping people. I really get out of it.
So you brought up the college athletes. You got a couple that came through definition of hard work.
Yeah.
You got it. So I'm a name drop. Let's get it.
One guy, my boy Javon Brown played for CC SU, Central Connecticut. I think he already graduated. I don't know if he's gonna do one more year. Yeah, dope. I had Jawan played for Louisiana Tech. He had some ESPN time and stuff like that, which is dope. I had my son as well, Louis Gibson played for, who got a bowl ring this year.
I saw that.
He got a bowl ring this year.
I
was like,
that must be crazy.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. It's like, because he told me when he left high school, he said, I want to go somewhere and I want to win a championship. I kid you not, those were his exact words. He said, I want a bowl ring. The kid got a bowl ring. He got a championship.
Is he a senior?
He's a senior, but he got one more year because of the COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He got one more year because of COVID. That's awesome. You know what I mean? Yanni, who plays for no, I'm sorry, Rochester. Plays for Rochester College.
You're saying out there.
Yeah, OSU. Yep. So he plays out there too. Another college kid. But I got a lot of them, man. I'm usually just happy because they got to go to school.
Yeah.
Then I'm even more happy because they get to play the sport.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. And then them letting me be a part of their life and trusting in what I say and, just understanding the process.
That's the hard part right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't, he didn't trust everything you say from the beginning, right? You had to build that up.
Yeah.
Right?
Building that rapport with kids
Mm-hmm.
and pushing them past the limit and stuff like that. Even your son. When I had him doing the ab rolls with the bar and stuff like that and stuff, but his energy, he's like, he wants to play, he wants to get better, he wants to get stronger, and that's what we did. You know what I mean? And it's just getting them to understand, like, you want to be better than somebody, you got to work just as harder.
You know what I'm
People don't, and
There's always somebody outworking you. You got to try to outwork that.
Even I look at Kobe Bryant said. That rest soul and stuff. But Kobe Bryant, man, guys watch some of the stuff in some of his interviews and how he is. That dude is a dog. People talk about stories like, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna get there early and start working out. They're talking about Kobe was already there 2 hours before you, working out, drenched, sweating and stuff. So when I look at that, I'm like, yo, I remember that working.
I seen an interview with Kobe. There's a couple things about Kobe. Well, I'm gonna bring up two.
Mm-hmm.
Two things about Kobe. One was an interview where he was talking about the difference between his work schedule and somebody else's. Anybody's work schedule. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I might butcher this. I can't remember word for word what he was saying. Right. You know what I'm saying? But he was talking about the difference between what he do, get up at 2 or 3, go to bed 6, 7, get up 2, 3, and then a normal person get up at 7, right? So he's saying how a normal person get up, go to bed 10, 11, get up 7,
yeah,
they go work out, they have lunch, they rest a little bit, they go work out, maybe, and then they go, then that's the end of the day. By the time the second workout come in, it's 7, 8 at night, and then there's no time to stay. Him, he get up at 3, breakfast, work out at 4, rest, work out at 7, rest, work out at 12, eat, rest, work out at, like, he working out 4 or 5 times a day. You know, because you get up early.
You also get paid for that.
Get it in. But, I mean, it's the mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's the mentality, not what he's actually doing. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, it's, when you listen to those words, yeah, you get paid. That's all you get paid to do, right? But it's the mentality, the Mamba mentality,
right?
You know,
so wants to be great.
You got to get up, you got to outwork everybody. And I've seen,
Yeah.
And I've seen one where he was came back from injury. He's talking crap about the Lakers. In practice, he was talking crap about his teammates. Like, I'll be going for a minute. This was talking to each other, like talking mad crap. But to me, I think the difference between like what he was doing and what the Last Dance said Jordan was doing was he wasn't actually belittling them. He was putting them on front street. Like he was calling them out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but he wasn't belittling them. That to me, that's the difference.
No,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So, yeah, Jordan used to punch people in the face. You know what I'm saying? Jordan used to he used to do everybody else. He used to hit jumpers, outwork you. You hawk. Jordan, I mean, Kobe ain't stopped talking shit from the beginning. Like y'all done went the whole practice. You about to die. He talking shit, walking circles around you, talking shit about how you need to work harder, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's the thing, man.
Because it's like you made it to this level, and now you think you can just rest. Yeah. And then once you win that first championship, I mean, wanting to be a champion, right? That's his working mentality. And then when he became a champion, now it's like, yo, I like this. I want to keep becoming a champion. So that, like you said, is working mentality. But the thing also too, another grown man told a bunch of other grown men, like, hey, you're playing on my team. Because Kobe took on that responsibility, saying, this is my team. I don't want to just be a 500 team or whatever. I want to be a champion. And if you're going to play with me, we're all going to play like champions. If we're gonna win, we're gonna win together. We're gonna lose together. If I'm diving on the floor, you're diving on the floor. We're all gonna make those plays to be the next best, and we're all gonna play our role. And I love that about him. Like, I just watch how hard he worked, and I was like, and I wasn't a Kobe fan at all. It took me a minute to be a Kobe fan, and I had to I started watching his games. I started watching how he talked. I started watching all that stuff. And I was like, all right. I said, oh, he is the real deal. He is the real deal. He wants it. And I'm like, I mean, people don't work as hard as him. People don't work as hard as him. They don't get it.
So what you thinking about the NBA nowadays? Like a lot of people, I heard one, uh, my boy Eugene Raylay. I'm gonna have him on here in the near future. I actually met him online gaming. But I like his I like the we have conversations and he's funny. He's so funny. Yeah. But I like his point of view. So sometimes we have like these conversations about the NBA. You know, greatest player of all time, greatest team of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So his perspective on this is that when you talk about the Bulls team that won 72, what year was that? Do you know what year that is?
For the three in a row, or
well, the team that won over 70 games.
we're not 90.
I don't know. You can look it up real quick. But that team and then the 72 and Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
And he's saying that you can't compare those two different eras, two different play styles. You know what I'm saying?
That. I do believe that. I agree about that.
Because honestly, the best players from back then couldn't deal with players from now. Players are bigger, stronger, faster, and then knowledge in general about the game is just different.
Yeah.
That's why I think if you put those two teams head to head, Golden State would run away with that game. Because I watch a lot of the Jordan highlights, and this, I mean, come on, overall Jordan to me is overall, but a lot of his shots were open. A lot of his shots, he out athletic somebody to the rim. Once he got in the air, nobody could touch him. Maybe Vince, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But like the fadeaway jumper and the mid range shots, you know what I'm saying? Open as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in today's game, you got Curry hitting shots over almost 7-footers. Yeah. All in his grill, doing it 10 times a game.
And his release is 10 times quicker.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
only thing I thought I heard that before. Someone said that
it's 95 by the way.
It was 95? Yeah. Okay. But if I thought about that team versus the Golden State, the only difference I would say, I think the Bulls' defense is their defense, like you would have put Jordan on Curry. You would have put Jordan on Curry.
But the key is, like you said, who's checking Mike?
Right. So the difference is
the period.
But I think he would lock Curry up. I think he would lock. All them screens he run on, Mike's gonna fight through the screens. Mike's gonna cheat through. Like he got to get to the play like 7, 8 times.
Then Mike's big. No, Ron Harper. Ron Harper was doing
it. Yeah, Ron Harper's a big dude too. You're gonna put Ron Harper probably on Clay.
Rodman on. No, Jordan might lock him.
No, you already know Rodman's going on Green.
No, they gonna kick each other in nuts, and they both gonna be out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna be out.
Oh, my bad. Scotty on the rant. I forgot.
I was gonna say we forget somebody.
Yeah, Scotty
put Scotty on him.
You got to.
My thing is this.
But Durant can't check Scotty though. He can't check Scotty. You know that.
That's gonna be the
matchup. That matchup is gonna play itself out.
See, and this is where we definitely talk about that, right? So, but to me, the difference is the amount of 3-pointers made per game. Now, everybody like to say they attempt more, but you look at, I actually looked this number up the other day. You know that they only attempted like 2 or 3 more 3-pointers a game than Jordan was at his prime. You know that?
See, think about that though. Just think about that though. So
Curry's like
That his
28
was
and leader in NBA three pointers. Obviously in his 34 or something like that nowadays or something like that. But he got a couple more years left. You know what I'm saying? He just and they not open. They not open. They beat people all in his
his
grill.
release is quick.
You know what I'm
That boy's
saying?
release is quick.
And let's talk about defensive schemes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Back in the day, the defensive scheme was to make the other person bleed.
They play hard though, and they're up in your grill like,
And they would clothesline the shit out of you.
Yeah, that too. But you also think,
how is that better basketball?
I ain't saying all that, but I would say
You
that.
know what I'm saying? Like,
but I'm gonna say they're gonna play that aggressive defense. Like,
yeah, and
like you said,
that's one thing that I agree with you.
that's what you said. They are stronger, they are faster, but the rules in NBA have changed.
Yeah.
Like, of course, you ain't gonna be able to clothesline and all that
To
stuff.
me, that's never better. To me, that's never better.
But nowadays, no hand check, so you can get your shot off. Back then, they hand checking you.
But I'm looking at effort, right? And I've said this, and then I still haven't waned. Back in the day, effort was endlessly better.
No acting needed.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
endlessly better.
The flopping?
Well, that's because you did that because somebody drop kicked you with both feet and didn't get a foul call.
But no,
that's why, bro.
The falls that it was Joe. LeBron be 60 feet in the air. You get hit right here, and you about to fade, and you want the call. Dude, you already up there. You got it.
But to me, you in the air and you get hit right here. To me, that's dangerous as shit.
It is.
One here, two, you keep going back like this, and then.
But even coming off the screen,
and
so
then
this one, the famous coming off the screen, and they do this little. I'm like, dude, come on, dude.
That flopping.
Like, yeah, come on. You're coming off a screen.
Who the king of that? Well, maybe not this year.
Hardy used to. Hardy was killing the flop.
I can't stand Harden when he shoot threes, but I guess they changed the rules this year, so now they ain't calling it as much.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
thank
saying?
God. But I mean, that's enough. That's a
He
huge.
kicked the defender, and
you wasn't gonna think it's a huge difference compared to back then. There was no flopping. Yeah. You're gonna get hit for real.
Yeah,
Or you want to flop?
That's just never better to me, bro. I just think it takes more of an athlete nowadays to get off in it. Like, who the hell's checking LeBron? Who's the hell checking Kevin Durant? Who's checking? And all of these people are in the league at the same time. And let's talk about Michael Jordan in his prime. Right?
Yeah.
All of the teams that he beat were over their prime. Celtics in their prime, Jordan wasn't around. Lakers in their prime, he wasn't. Pistons, he wasn't around. I mean, Jazz maybe.
That's a good point that you got there.
Jazz maybe. And that's not my point. That's Rayleigh's point. That's why I love that shit.
Well, that's kind of a good point, but I mean,
you know what I'm saying? But I mean, all arguments it's all perspective. It is what it is. I'm not trying to change people.
But also, you gotta, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. He still won a championship when the best draft class came in. The best draft class was Kobe's, which was 90. I was seeing so that was like 97. 97 was like that big time draft class.
That's 30 years on this title, bro.
But then he won another one? I swear I thought he did.
Did he win 97?
Kobe was drafted in
97.
Who won the title in 97? Was it?
Yeah, they won three, and then they won another two.
I'm almost sure.
Was that against the Jazz?
I'm just saying that
98 was the Jazz.
They're saying that's one of the best draft. Remember that draft class? Ray Allen, Steph Marbury, AI, Kobe Bryant. Yo, they had. That was probably the best draft class.
Yeah, wasn't a dude Sharif Raheem?
Yes.
For a while he was.
No, he still is.
But he just got old. But he was nice.
He's playing in the big three. He's killing it.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. I heard Joe Johnson was doing his thing.
Yeah, Joe could shoot.
Yo, just all right, for everybody why I keep looking off screen, it's because Mr. True Living sitting over there, right?
Yeah, we
just off camera, we just vibing. Yeah, I know y'all keep seeing me look over there, and y'all hear a voice over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to be on camera or not, but
I'm just happy to be here watching it go down. This is what we need to do.
So, all right, we keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely. But like you were saying though, I just think the defense would win. Even if you put those rules, they're still gonna play aggressive defense. And I don't in the NBA, like I think when I look at it now, I don't think the defense is as aggressive. Like
No,
playoff,
not
no,
ever.
they're scoring 120 points to
I
100.
think it's more effort than aggressiveness. 'Cause I see aggressiveness, but
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of effort plays where um, somebody coming out of nowhere blocking
Mhm.
a shot, or somebody. It's very situational.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where somebody shows some effort. Like I watched Lakers Warriors last night, right? And LeBron, Lakers in general, showed a bunch of effort, but you ain't seen that effort in how long? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't they be like that every year, every night?
Because they're playing against a team that they know, oh, we got to show up because they're going to show out. You know what I mean? And you got the two deadliest shooters in the damn league who will both give you 30 from both sides of the court. Yeah, them boys. Yo, listen,
They got potential for a while.
I love them when they won their first championship. There was no other team that I can think of in the league whose their bench could go somewhere else and start.
Yeah, they like that this year too.
Yeah,
they got a lot of injuries, but you know what I'm saying. If they can get Draymond and Wiseman back, and they can get into game shape before the playoffs, well, they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? The
I respect
playoffs.
Golden State. I do because I love their offense. I
love their defense, bro. I sent you that shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I see that. I was
Like,
like, this dude, like
the way that they do that, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, they're no joke.
It's a defensive video about how the Warriors they got zone properties, but there's a bunch of switching involved. There's a couple of college teams playing it too. LSU, Syracuse, but you know Syracuse ain't stranger for zone. They
zone is that's their number one thing,
but it's like a switch zone where they constantly switching. They switch, they pre-switch, they switch after, they switch.
Yeah, and they gotta be in the vicinity because they don't want the defense of 5 seconds. You ever heard that rule?
Yeah.
Defense of 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes.
Oh wait, I thought it was 3 seconds.
It's either defense 3 seconds or defense 5 seconds. So you can't be away from your man 3 seconds.
Oh, I'm thinking in the paint is 3.
No. We're talking about
yeah.
You can't be away from your man for a period of time.
Yeah.
So
defense now?
Yes. I didn't know that rule neither.
Yeah, but there's loopholes. I mean, 5 seconds is a long time.
I mean, you can sprint
and then the ref got to know that. I don't see nothing.
It's just like something to do that you're
Oh.
talking
Yeah, just write it down. Yeah. We definitely we get all this in there. We got a few things to add.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like there's so many new rules to the NBA.
What about John Grant? I think he like Derrick Rose 2.0. I'm scared that he gonna his brain gonna fall off on the way to the rim or something.
I don't know if he's Derrick Rose 2.0 because I don't think nobody was moving like Derrick, bro.
Have you seen John?
Yeah. I've been watching all his highlights. He does some things. But Derrick Rose, when I watch him, when he got injured and came back, they said his vertical was almost 3 more inches out there. And he was down there. I was like, he is putting people on boards.
Yeah, but the concern is that he ain't gonna last long.
Right.
That's the concern.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
John Morant, listen, I mean,
Grizzlies that dark horse.
Yes. Yeah, John Morant.
If they can stay healthy, it's that dark horse.
John Morant, number 2 in the
fifth. We see with Philly, how Philly and Brooklyn shake out.
They in the West though, right?
Memphis, yeah. Only team that I really never count out in the West is the Jazz because I think the big man is making a comeback and Rudy he's just putting everything down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just putting everything back. Big man making a comeback, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they are.
That's when the game lost. Was the inside out. Now it's outside in.
These big men shooting threes now.
But
everybody.
No, not the stretch big.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the big.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they can actually move a little bit. Like you can get Rudy Gobert uncomfortable if you get him out at the 3-point line. You can get him uncomfortable, right? But think about back in the day, people, what is he, 7'1", 270 or something like that. Think about back then. These dudes wasn't moving me like
no.
they can move now,
Yeah.
and so you got Gobert, you got Bamba who can grab the rim standings on his tippy toes or something like that.
Yeah.
Play for the Magic.
Yeah.
Bamba.
But you think about Hakeem Olajuwon.
I just
Hakeem
watched.
Olajuwon now, he was a big man who could move, boy.
You ever heard of Board Films? Vincent Joseph Vincent or Vincent Joseph Vincent. He got a lot of hot. This dude, I spent a lot of time watching his highlight. He got some boxing's greatest knockouts, hardest hitters, football wise, or greatest goats of the year. Just this dude got so much crap, and his videos are so well put together, and they bring funny perspective, new. Watch his stuff on pretty much any sports.
What's his name again?
What was it?
Joseph Mitchell.
Yeah, I know he's Board Films.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna check it out. Definitely gonna check it out too.
Yeah, he got some good stuff. But what was we talking about before that? I kind of got sidetracked.
Saying the big man was coming back. Talking about how super athletes and talking about the versus the Golden State.
We're really any of the old tough guy teams. So because listen, especially when you talk about a GOAT, what is a GOAT? Because to me, especially if you go football, Tom Brady's the GOAT because he got 7 championships. But if we use that logic, then it's Bill Russell.
Okay.
What he got, 13 or something?
Yeah, he never lost. Never lost championship. That's crazy.
If we go numbers, it's Will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's how they.
So what is it? We go longevity. It gotta be LeBron right now.
Still Kareem until you pass him.
True.
Longevity Kareem. Yeah. That's because what he played 44.
What you gonna do with him? He's a winner.
I think got championship on 2 teams, right?
Yeah.
The Bucks and the Lakers, right?
And in UCLA, he's a born winner. So he didn't lose to UCLA. They was on 100-game win streaks type stuff.
Yeah. So
so
so what is the criteria? Why is Jordan the GOAT over all of these other people?
Because they say the way he revolutionized the game.
I'll give him that.
That's what he did.
I'll give him that definitely. But in the NBA right now, you got 5, 6 people that can do Jordan type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Only thing Jordan, I'm telling you, to me, the only thing Jordan got over everybody else is what he could do in the air. Maybe, like I said earlier, maybe Vince Carter.
With Jordan, you got to remember though.
How many people dunking from the free throw line right now?
Well, his stat is. But think about his thing that separated him. Jordan was defensive player of the year. All these guys don't go play both ends of the floor. So to play both ends of the floor and be scoring champ and defensive player of the year, that's nobody's doing that. Only unless you a big man.
Yeah.
LeBron has he ever even got defensive player of the year?
I think he has.
I don't think he did. I think he was close a couple times.
He might be first team.
I think it's consistent that he got
first team
one, but I don't think he's ever won one.
I always hear about.
I'll give you that.
Scoring.
That's what separates.
I'll give you that.
When they took him all, such as that scoring test. Okay, he averaged 23, 30, just when they all talk about it.
Yeah.
They talk about how Harden had it.
But I'd argue Jordan was to the NBA back then as the Curry is to the NBA now.
Right.
No, I think LeBron.
How many people taking threes from right now?
Change the game.
Yeah,
to the 3-point. Yeah, okay.
So 1 through 8 right now can hit a 3 in anybody's face. Right now, who do you think that's because? Right now, you're not making a team unless you can hit a 3. Because of Curry.
I think.
And to me, and this is a shots about to be fired. Curry's the reason why nobody watches the WNBA.
The WNBA? Really?
I think so. Because to me, I watched WNBA when it was first starting, and to me, what got me watching it?
Sure.
Why would you watch the WNBA when you can watch the NBA and get all of that stuff that they do, but better?
I mean, I get that, but
and that part is because to me, everybody's shooting because of Curry.
Right.
You know,
I got the question, not to get off the NBA, but talk about Lamar, how the kids is getting this extra year in high school and all that. Talk about the reclassify, so people know about that.
Reclassification and stuff like that.
Yeah, tell them about
the
that.
kids and stuff now. It's a huge business. Because as we was talking about how
huge business reclassification of hold on. Reclassification of students, high school, college, or
high school.
Just high school.
High school
is a big business. Please explain.
Who's the big guy? Who went number one in the draft? Plays for the Timberwolves. Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Look how many times he class. So Edwards was found in AAU, right? He was found in AAU. They got him out and they brought him to a prep school. Reclassified him, right? I think he did like 2 or 3 years of reclassifying him to make him the number one junior or sophomore in the nation. Because maybe if you don't have a good year, they can reclassify you again to make you the number one.
Is there like a certain amount of games you could play or whatever?
It's not. You can play the games.
You can play the whole season. Think about reclassify you.
Because you got to think sometimes, and a lot of them do it because maybe you wasn't that good your sophomore year and you probably number 10 in the nation.
So we're talking pre-COVID.
This has been going on for a long time.
Okay,
it's been going on for a long time.
All right, because reclassification is COVID.
But this was going on for a long time.
Okay.
Like, you don't get that look that you're supposed to get. So Duke is like, oh, I'm between this kid and this kid. And you're like, oh, then Duke had me on the line. I'm in my senior year. I'm going to reclass one more time to become the top senior in the nation. So now when they look at me, I can come in and I'm the top nation. That can help.
Reclass.
Not when you go to them prep schools. Not when you go into them prep schools.
Yeah, they do follow them.
Yeah, they got a lot. There's a different rules. What is it? IGM? Not IGM.
I know you're talking about down in Florida, right?
Yeah, IMG.
Yeah.
IMG. Certain schools, Catholic schools, prep schools, all them schools, they reclassify you to make you the number one. Like if you got a good ranking already and you're probably in the top ESPN 100 and you're 34, hey, why not reclassify one more time? The top junior in the 20.
If you know that you got a shot at it.
You're the number one 20-year-old. You can go 1 year to college and you become a pro. You're not gonna do it. Yeah, but that's just what they're doing now. This is exactly what they're doing. You can get to the next level, and it's just like they reclassify you. I wouldn't even put it past kids. My son even thought about that. He said, "I should have reclassified one more year, my senior, and then I probably could have got more looks." And it is about looks, and parents, and you know how parents are so involved with their kids, and their kid is right on the cusp of being something so great, and they're like, "Oh, what do you think of that?" And if the right coach approaches you and like, "I want you to come play with my program," when we're going to reclassify, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
They're going to do it. It is a business. Because now when you got the top kid, now when you got 5 of the top kids coming to your program, you got Nike talking about, yeah, we want to donate to your blah, blah, blah. Or Beats want to be like, oh, we want to sponsor. And now since you 4-star, 3-star athletes are getting paid, they can offer them all kinds of stuff now. The pot just got so much bigger. It got so much bigger. It's this money game is crazy. Sports is the big money game. And sometimes I question, like, are these kids in it for the money, or are they in it for because they love the game? Of course, you love the game, but it'd be nice to get paid to play basketball every day, or play football every day. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking for that. But that reclassification stuff is real. Like I'm not mad at these kids. I want a better look. I want to play for a big time program. But a lot of times they lose focus and think like, yo, if I'm the best player on the team, they'll come find you. And that's a true statement that I always believe. They'll come find you. Like, um,
Going on.
um, you name an athlete and you be like, wow, where did he come from? John Morant, like you said, Murray State wasn't recruited highly. Stephen Curry went to Davidson College. What happened when Stephen went, I think like number 3 in the draft, number 4 in the draft, I don't know where he went. What happened to his brother? Who went and picked him up? Duke.
Oh yeah.
Everybody made that mistake. Like, oh no, we're gonna get the brother now. We're going to get the brother because this is what happened. Look at the Bucks. Giannis. They went and got all his brothers. They went and got them all. They're not playing with leaving something out because this is where they messed up at. Like, oh, you gotta go get that. They're gonna go to.
That's always funny to me.
When they made a mistake and they're like, think about it. Curry didn't get recruited by no Big Ten school. Davidson gave him the best chance, and when he got to the league, he was the leader scorer in the nation from Davidson. And then when he got to the league and he lit it up, everybody's like,
oh, it took a while, but yeah, he was injured a lot early.
Yeah, wasn't strong enough. He still was putting up them shots, and when people started hearing word of the Splash Brothers, 2 of them that could shoot. And I mean, when they was laying that up,
Clay hit like 50 something with 10 dribbles or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, just coming at pop, pop, pop.
I mean, got probably one of the best forms I've ever seen. One of my favorite players still Allen Houston.
That's crazy though. I didn't know that was
Allen Houston.
I didn't know that was a big business though.
That's huge.
That's crazy.
If he became one of the top players, so if he becomes an All-American or preseason All-American, and he's the top sophomore in the country or something like that, or even number 200 in the country, you may want to reclass him because
he's supposed to be an 8th grader right now, so I could do that without.
Yeah, he can go to any school. If his skills get better, he gets where he wants to be, and you're like, you know what? You had a decent year. I can reclass you one more time.
I saw him. As far as CEO, I feel like if he committed, he could do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Football is a huge commitment. I want him to play so he can get to college for free. But past that, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like he's smart enough to get an academic scholarship if he focus.
Yeah.
So either way, would I like him to play football? Yeah. Talented. You know what I'm saying? He got skills.
Yeah, definitely.
It is what it is, Yeah. You got to walk his path.
A lot of kids don't. It's crazy when I guess, like I look at some kids who got it, and I look at kid Jamar. He had a full offer from Temple. I remember Temple offered him a full.
So we talking football. That's a good program too.
Yeah,
it is that's a pretty good program.
He had a full right offer, and then he was like, he can go higher, which I believe he could too. The number 1 runner in the state of Connecticut. It's 4 times. I mean, 40 times like a 4.4. You know what I mean? He was the top sprinter in the state of Connecticut. He was ranked nationally. I think he was a 3-star athlete. Then he went to prep school, smashed all the records there, and then he ended up at Cal was going to give him a scholarship. He told me. He said they reneged on it, and then Louisiana Tech gave him a scholarship. But I think because I talked to him here and there, he was just telling me they didn't go the way he wanted. He was getting playing time, but they wasn't giving him enough playing time to show his talent. Kind of makes you think now, right?
Yeah.
Like you wanted to move, but maybe Temple could have been the best position for you. It could have been, maybe not. But like you say, you gotta walk your own path, and I don't knock him for it. I just always try to tell him. I would text him when he's at college and just tell him like, yo, stay humble, man. Keep working, dude. You don't understand where you are, but you are on the next step to becoming a pro. And I said, all you gotta do is just keep working. You know what I mean? And like sometimes, kids get mad and you think how talented you are and where you are. They could have gave that scholarship to somebody else. They gave it to you because they see something in you. That doesn't stop you from going pro. It doesn't stop you from doing anything. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying? You just got to focus yourself and understand, like, this is where I'm at for the time being. I'm gonna go for my pro debut.
So, as far as definition of hard work goes and all that, so when it comes to like the mental aspect of the game, and I this is where like I was trying to get involved in so the mental toughness, mental aspects of the game.
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys bring to the table when it comes to that? Because that's to me, that's what do you think the split is, physical and mentally? What do you think that split is?
Oh, most of the stuff is anything that you do is mental. So I would say mental is, I believe mental is like 70%.
Yeah.
Anything that you can
You
do.
think it's that high?
Yeah. Physically doing something, if you mentally can do it in your head already, you probably can do it physically.
What do you think builds mental fortitude? The high mental capacity. What do you think that is?
That effort of keep trying something.
Yeah.
Keep trying it and mentally keep trying it.
That's
like
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had to think about it. Like, I didn't know what mental toughness was until I think my track coach pushed me to do it. And I didn't know what it was. So my track coach had us one of the craziest workout I ever did in my life. And I knew already I'm athletic, like I could move. Coach was like, well, you got like 5 400s, you got 10 200s, and then you got like 15 100s, and that's your workout for the day.
The day.
And I was looking at it, I'm like,
yo.
I was like, yo, and I did it, and it was just,
that's like 7 miles.
Yo, it was crazy. It was crazy, and then you think mentally, like, yo, why am I doing this? This is crazy. But he was right. Like when you got there, and I started to do it, I'm like, so it helped me sports wise. Like I could run all day. I could run all day when we used to play ball. I could run all day. People would tell you like, yo, this dude won't stop running. Like he doesn't stop running. Why won't you stop running? You know what I'm saying? And it mentally got me even stronger. Like, oh wow, that's amazing. And I say this to all kids. I tell them all the time. Once you get past that pain part, you'll be amazed how strong you really are. Kids are scared to run their hardest. Kids are scared to do push-ups till they drop.
This is that part mental aspect to me, especially if kids are in sports or something like that. But even in everyday life, right? And this is something I'm going through at the moment. You know this, but people watching maybe whatever they might not know. So I went from about 280 to right now I'm at like 190. My lightest I was at 175 ish, somewhere in there. But that was getting a little unhealthy. Plus I was like, I got a big head, my head big. Now I'm all skinny. Well, I was all skinny, 173 or something. And I was sitting in the barber chair. And like I felt something weird. And I was able to get the barber away from my hair. That's the most important part, right?
Yeah.
But then after that, I couldn't control nothing. Like, everything was like shaky. And I knew something was wrong because the barber that was over here from me was staring at me like this. And I'm like, oh man, something going on. Right? And it was low sugar, low.
Yep.
And I literally just came from a physical and then went and got my haircut. And that's when it happened. But it's because I didn't eat anything. Right? So in my head, I had got like a little idea about joining an MMA class or like a jiu-jitsu class or CrossFit. Like those were the three. I'm still wrestling with them in my head because going to the gym every single day isn't
right.
You do, but it's part of it. Ain't even like it's just what I do now. Like I don't really have to think about it nowadays. It's just something I do.
I hear you.
But it's getting a little boring. So no doubt.
I'm that lock, so nobody fucking come.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly. We'll pause it. We'll worry about it. Get that out of there. We'll probably do another half an hour or so, something like that. I don't know. I mean, we keep it moving, but we keep it moving.
So next time for setup, I was thinking I can hotkey it so I can switch cameras by like pressing a button.
Yeah.
So we got one. So you guys could be here, kind of facing each other at the table. Have one camera there facing here, one camera facing there, having the TV like here. And when you're talking, I can switch. But I feel like for like longer periods of time, it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what I was saying. Like I mean, that's how we should maybe weigh at least in the beginning having one camera on both of us from like the
Yeah.
side and we just talking. Maybe we could do that for a while until we figure out something better. So you ain't got to keep doing that, or you ain't got to edit. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember we used to own it before.
Somebody.
One of the boys, he was a student in Haas with New Jersey. It was him and a few of his brothers. You know, Haas, yeah. He used to, when he first came down, he was a baller. So, you know, they got into the game. They just wrecked this way. And they tried to open up a shop, but they weren't covering everything they were doing. They were too hot. Haas, but I met Haas on the basketball court first time I met him in Jersey, and we were balling against each other. And he's like, "How's the ball?" I'm like, "Really good ball." Like, he was one of them that was get you on the court. He'd shake down, get into the jump. I mean, he was talking jump the whole time.
Nah.
I was like, okay. I said, all right, we're gonna go at it now. And you know what I mean? Like, you always find your respect when you go against someone who really competes with you and stuff like that. You're just going back and forth, trading points and the end thing. He's playing hard too. And ones, finishing and stuff. So I remember that, man. But you know, he's locked up now, man. So it's just crazy. I feel for him, though. You know what I mean? He just took those crazy steps in life. You know?
Yeah, for real, for real.
Crazy. Definitely.
You good? Yeah, but yeah. So again, definition hard work. You got the AAU coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's the ages again?
So we're gonna do. I am doing so. If there's fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, and 11th. When I tell people if there's a kid in fourth grade who can play up and who can handle, if they can handle, I believe this day and age now, man, when you watch these kids, they're all playing up.
Yeah.
They're all playing up.
Now, see,
I'm not putting no one down. I'm playing everybody up. If I got 4th, 5th, and 6th, you're all playing 6th grade. I'm not playing you down.
my youngest is in four.
Yeah. I just tell people like if they can handle what's about to happen. Like people don't, and that's a different world.
It ain't that he can't handle what's gonna happen, but he heavy in soccer.
Yeah.
You know, so right now he got practice once a week and then games on the weekend, but he entering this Premier League pipeline, and then that's gonna be a couple practices a week, and so it's like I really want him to play basketball. I just don't see it right now. I don't. I just. But
big business.
But I do want him to continue with definition of hard work.
Yeah.
And I want him to like get basketball with you because I don't know what he gonna like right now. And I want to keep him active. You know?
So young, yeah.
Yeah, so
don't know.
And he like it. He loved doing it and I don't mind. Yeah. Same thing with my oldest. You know what I'm saying? Even if he decides football ain't like
right.
I like your workouts, your training programs, and to keep him active. And I try, even if football ain't the key for him, I tell him you got to stay active no matter what, because mentally that'll help you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I realized I kind of got sidetracked when I was talking, but talking about that mental toughness,
Yeah.
right? So what I live through is I go to the gym every day. I'm on the lifting road for anywhere from 5 to 7 miles every day. So, well, okay, so if you go out a month, I might miss 3 days in that month. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like I don't.
Every day.
There's one time I came in from New York from my job in Manhattan, and on the way home, a little seed got planted about me going to the gym.
Mm.
And I got home at 2 in the morning, and I went to the gym. Right? Like that's just it was me and one other person looking at me like, I'm here every day. What are you doing here? You know, like, who are you? What are you doing here?
Yeah,
Just me and that one person. You know what I'm saying?
You should have to see that though sometimes though, right?
Yeah.
Like I did that once. I got up real early once. It was like I can't sleep. Why am I laying here?
Yeah.
So I got up and went to the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go right downstairs and lift, but I was like, I'd rather just go.
It's hard for me to do stuff at my house.
Yeah.
I gotta go out.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And I was just like, I just gotta put on my, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I needed to get out and stuff. So I was just like, I couldn't sleep.
So on top of the definition of hard work, football and basketball,
Yeah.
also offers regular training, right? Like a mom's class.
Yep.
Can a dad join the mom's class?
They could. I mean, they could. I feel like I'm gonna have to push them even harder and stuff like that. But no, I definitely work out and chill like if they wanted to work and come through.
What's that class about?
So usually because I designed it around moms, like I believe that moms always need like full body workouts to start seeing results from inches to everything like that. So I do from arms, we do everything. So like if we started off usually doing like a 2 mile walk, then we come back, we get into some ropes, we go into the heavy ball, we get into a lot of band work and stuff like that, and just do a full whole body workout.
Yeah.
So when you leave, you're like, oh, I really worked out today. I got my body on it, I did my arms, I did my legs, I did my butt, I did my stomach, I did it all.
So is it like outside?
Yeah, most of my stuff has been outside. Sometimes if it rains, I'll do it at my house. I turn my basement into a nice little gym and stuff. And I'll get in there and we'll come out with me, skip through.
Like both my kids been down at the gym.
Yeah.
Like it's got a nice plethora, if you will. It's a bunch of stuff to do down there. You got to set up pretty well down there.
Trying to get a little bit better. I know it kind of still looks like a basement because of the walls and stuff. But I'm just, it is what it is. My son calls it the dungeon.
The dungeon. I was just
The dungeon. He's like, but this is where you get the grind in, and we turn the music up, and the kids get in there, and they just start working.
Boy, Aaron Donald started out in the dungeon, his dad's basement. You know what I'm saying?
And
sometimes that's where it started.
People don't understand that's what the grind is like.
That work ethic. You gotta get that work ethic, that little day-to-day monotonous, like. And again, I can only live by what it's just every day. The monotonous being on that elliptical, just getting it done, sweating my ass off, put myself in deep waters, so nobody else can take me there but me. Exactly. You can't take me there because I've been there already. I put myself through that. Yep. So you're not gonna affect me at all. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? With you and your BS, what you got going, because I take myself to deep waters. Almost drown myself, pull myself back out.
And some people can't do that.
So to me, that physical activity, that's what that brings to you.
Yep.
Some dude across from you talking crap on the football field, basketball, right? You sitting there going, like, you don't do what I do. You ain't built like me. I put myself through this every day. You just talking.
Yeah. And I don't think that is I say this, it's a lost art. Some kids are defined by, oh, I'm ranked. I'm this good. I'm that good. I'm this and I'm that, but come to find out, you are in a league with kids who are just as good as you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But the mental toughness, you may be ranked because of the size of what you do in this area, but mentally, there's people tougher than you, stronger than you, that do what you do, and you're 10 times better.
Mm-hmm.
I tell kids that all the time. I'm like, dude, you guys gotta, you don't understand. I tell them this. Is one of my best friends. I'm like, yo, when I was in high school, if you told me you was coming to my school and you're a wide receiver and I play D-back and you're ranked, I don't want to play against you. Because I want to see how good you are. If you're really that good, you're going to have to beat me. You're going to show me that you can beat me. And if you get a couple on me and I get a couple on you, then we have a mutual respect because you're like, yo, this dude's a dog. You know that because you play sports and you know if someone's a dog and you say, nah, he brought it. He brought it. And if it's a good game and you guys are shit talking, but then at the end of the game, you're like, yo, good game, then you know you got your respect. I always been that kid, and I told these kids, my kids don't believe me. I said, yo, you can ask my coach. In high school, I was no taller than 5'9", 5'10", where I'm at now. I could play 1 through 5. Literally, I tell them I could play 1 through 5. I can guard someone who was 6'5", 6'6". I could play a guard and guard anyone as that small. They don't believe me, and I said, yo, ask my coaches. So ask them. They have video. Ask them. I said, because I'm that much of a competitor. Mm-hmm. It's not even that I hate to lose. It's more or less because mentally, you got to show me that you're better than me. You got to show me you're better than me. Because I'm not going to let you. Even when I work out with my kids now, they be in the gym talking to them. Like, well, let's get it in there. We play a little bit. Yeah. And then I start beating them and getting it to them, or we're weightlifting and I'm still lifting and stuff like it's crazy. We're doing core work. I'm like, and I'm doing pull-ups and raising the legs up at the same time, and I'm holding myself in the air. Damn it. Sorry. I tell myself, I want to work as hard as you. And then you know, that one coach, I'm like, yo, listen, I'm 43 right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 43, but I'm still going. And like, that's my goal too. Like, I have my own goals and stuff like that. Like, I want to always keep myself cheap, keep myself on my knowledge. So, I'm like, that's what you, man. Like, when it comes to definition of hard work and that mile class, I know you're busy right now, though. You got the high school St. Bernard's, you got the state championships coming up. That boy's always making noise in there. Like, hopefully, this year. So, I don't know. You're saying, man, like, but here's what I want to ask. This is what I don't know. Which I've mentioned, like, as far as you don't have to, like, class-wise, like, you got like, if the freshman taking this junior senior spots, you got a bunch of freshmen on things, like, what you got doing. So, you got 5 freshmen. You have 2 or 3 freshmen who sit in the school, or probably play JV next year. They're not varsity material, but they're play up with us. They want to get ready. So, you got people that take their spots. They call it. It's not like a playing time thing, right? They get more playing time than you put them on JV. Right. Okay. So, we got more juniors. We got more juniors than we have. We have 2 seniors. We have 2 seniors. And the juniors will have a bunch next year. Next year. The juniors will have a lot this year. Some of them play varsity. Some of them get from next year. But, so 2 years. I'm trying to get them. I know y'all probably like 2 major states of freshmen starting. Yeah, come on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But imagine we do. And sophomore year, and hit that spurt. You know what I'm saying? And we got to go past something now. I don't know. My youngest, he's just athletic. Whatever he want to do. The doctor says he's like 6'4". In which case, this is going to be like 6'5", 6'6". Like, wait, right? But they said that when he was like 4 or 5. I'm like, how you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you see trends, but everybody did it different. You know? So you just never know what's going to happen. But the track is like, they both of them. They have the same track, which is about 4 inches taller than me. Like, the same inches. You know what I'm saying? So, the crazy thing about that is like some kids did stuff after high school. Mine was just 2 stories. Mine growth spurt 16. I only have one that was 16. Okay. The difference between me and my oldest is he had a growth spurt, but he's been like slowly going. You know what I'm saying? To where he's 5'7" now at 14. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so 16 and then that's why I'm talking about football. Like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell him. You're small right now. Like, that's what it is. Yeah. You know, so yeah. That's the whole level next year. Not shoot up, slim out, and then like you're a receiver. Well, I got the lazy type of people. You know, I mean, he just, I'm trying to get away. But you can take that side of the series. That's also basketball. I was a kid basketball. NFA goes, you can't play 2 sports in the same season. Right? Football and soccer all in the same season. I figured out which one you play. Well, he wants to play. That's what I'm saying. When I say stuff like that, it's all on him. They got nothing to do with me. It's all about him. I'm show one versus the other. Yeah. But basketball is all season. So I want him to continue with basketball. He's one through basketball. He jump into that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you have to choose between soccer and football. So my thought process is you look into football and then you run football. I think I'm going to football. We're slightly pacing because he's really good at soccer. Probably the last 3 games he's 12 goals. Really? He's real good. Yeah, but so it's Premier League, right? And then for Norges, we kind of like, right, we lower that. So we kill it out here, but once you get up there, it's huge. It's huge, man. I wouldn't do it straight. It doesn't differ much in football, except it's a little more intense. I mean, building blocks, what's a building block for any sport? Any sport, no matter what it is, you know? So, yeah. So, I had, like, that's what I had in my class, and I had, that's why football, I have to do track. I have to go track this year. I didn't know at all. Oh, yeah, that's it. But I got to do a shuttle this year, coach, and I thought about it. I might do it because I'll step on it back. And then, not new, but it was awesome. With my mentorship stuff that I do, I just got a contract with the Republic down in London. I'm lucky back in once a week and love to mentor sports. So, okay, so let's go back to that. So, the mentor program, specifically what kids qualify for your program, and is it just in London? Or no, I kids come from like around to come. I don't need kids. So what we're trying to do is where the kids they have problems just with school. So you don't have to be like in trouble with the law. It's not your parents. Okay, yeah, right. So if you think your parents need a little bit more direction, yeah, that's yeah. Also, if you involve sports in your mentorship, yeah, okay. So when I also try to do this, I show a lot of life skills through it and stuff like that. And then like I'm also big on education and stuff like that. So I'll help too and stuff like that. Or if I feel like I can help too with things and stuff like that. And that's just a little bit networking. Right now because it's not as big as I wanted to be, so I do most of the stuff myself. But it does sometimes it just takes like I'm telling you, skills when it comes to kids with schoolwork and educating on my point. I understand that a lot of parents work, a lot of parents have one children, a lot of parents have one person household. So I get that and I understand that. And so some kind of in the corner, sometimes it's what they need to keep them going. You know what I mean? I like Mike Tyson. Yeah, from Fort Films. So you know about him because a lot of them. Okay. Yeah, he's just like what you're talking about with your relationship or whatever. Just giving kids goals, right? And helping them accomplish those goals. Or the most basic level, it could be your goal is to pick this up 10 times. You can help me get it done, you feel good about yourself. And then you snowball it from there. Like, ooh, until magically you get a 3-point shot and take championship. You know what I'm saying? So, yep, you built this. Yeah, I mean, gain trust. Let them know that you're, yeah, that's some, that's some tight stuff. I just think about that stuff, I think about, my programs. I try to show people that so just like I'm out here trying to train kids and do that. And it's like, oh, programs are mentorship. Yeah, I try to tell people, but you see a lot of people coming up with same stuff I do, or just training kids, stuff like that. They don't understand being an athlete. Being an athlete takes a lot more than that sport. There's some kids who grew up poor, and this is all they got to check out. You know what I mean? You listen to one of the big songs, you got to jump out, it's like, right. Sometimes sports is all we can have. And I can say from my personal view, my parents, I can count how many times my mom went to in my 20s and my father. And I played sports. My mom came to 3 basketball games out 4 years old. My father came to 1. And that's when he was on 6 right now. He came to me. So I made it a priority for me growing up. And so I was like, I was like, what do you mean, right? See, that's the thing about being a parent, right? Nobody wants to admit that none of us know. None of us. No, there's no manual on there's no black and white line. Black line is dirt. Line is saying there's it's all great. It's all great. And then you look back at what you did and go, I really hope I fucking up for life. Like, you might be right. You might be right. Like, oh my god, I really hope I die on my future children. You know, like, oh man, I tell you my stories as a lesson. Yeah, you do something my parents do. Something my parents did do. And hopefully it turned out. You know, you get confidence as a kid. Yeah, okay. Wait. Yeah. I believe you are. I've had conversations with you separately from you and from everybody else who know each other. Whatever. It's funny because there's one time me and him started talking. I forget what it was about. We were both helping somebody do some stuff. And by the end of it, my old lady was like, talking the whole like, everybody wait, no y'all, let's go. Because we was out there talking like 10 minutes. We on a time schedule. We just started talking about something. We both just got into it. Like, oh, yeah, he's a great kid. Like, I can't. Yeah, you. In my very humble opinion, you raised a kid, right? Like, you can tell just by a little snippet of him uh, chiming in. And I call it that. That's exactly what he did. We were coaching. It was a game where our kids just wasn't like and this we lost a lot of games, but this is one of those games that was different. It was just I don't know. It's just right. He like. He said at halftime, he came in, he said something, and it was like, you could tell he just understood. Right? He just kind of, just by seeing it, in one half of the play, he understood what we were going through the whole season. Oh, yeah. And his words, like, he's like a word sniper. He just hit it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you remember my face. I was looking at him like, nothing else he said. And I pretty much said that out loud, man. And we coaches, he's a, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yeah, second half, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They did way better. They did way better, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he showed that assertiveness. He showed to me, he showed understanding of what was going on. He understood what needed to be done to correct the situation. He had the assertiveness to get it done, the know-how and communication to get across what he wanted to get across. You know what I'm saying? So I saw all of that in that 30 seconds of talking, right? To me, you got a great kid. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I think, man. Like I see like little shit like that, and it's like, all right, that's why I had nothing to say after, right? Because you're like, no, there's nothing to say. So how is he? He is 22, April 4. Jesus, I was ready to go a little bit, but I'm probably the youngest parent on this football team. I'll say yes, I'm the youngest person on this football team. Oh, I mean, whatever you do, Boston College. Cool dude, man. Cool. If you don't want to hate that's cool. And stuff.
When I got my math on, people think I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
And then like
sugar fast for young.
Well, I mean,
still young.
I used to have gray hairs, but my wife. Well, I had one, but my wife plucked it out.
Yeah.
She plucked Bob out. Bob. She plucked him out, so I don't have any hair. But the longer my hair get up here, the more grays pop in. It's weird. I'm 40, 41, and 41 this month, actually.
There you go.
There you go, man. That is what it is.
You know, I didn't acknowledge you. You know what I mean? You know, it's crazy. Like I had a crazy epiphany, and it's one inside. I told myself, I said, yo, I want to make history. How can I change? Like, how can I change either around here or change the world, make an effect? How can I make an effect? I always look at like I enjoyed my work in high school. I mean, I was up there something. I don't remember. You know what I mean? Like I want to make an effect where it's just a positive effect, where you just know that this is what I was trying to do, and I accomplished what I was trying to do. And,
wait, you said that to your kid?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we have conversations like this all the time. And I told him, I said, when I created GHW, like I want to create something where, you know, people always come back and always want to give back. Everyone, say, this is what you did for me. This is what you did in my life, and blah blah blah. Like I get that now, but I want them, I just want to be recognized just for the good that I did for them. You know what I mean? Like,
So here's the two thoughts. One, you said that to your kid, which goal accomplished. You already did all that.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Second is there is no blueprint. There is no, you know how you accomplish that shit? One step at a time. You just keep it going.
yeah.
Right? Like there's times in life, cause I've been through this shit. Like my job is stable now, but since the Navy it hasn't been, for. But now we good, right? But it wasn't always like that. How you get through? You just keep grinding. You just keep going. You just keep in your mind that goal. Even write it down. You know what I'm saying? Write it down. Put it on the back of your wall or door or whatever, so you can look at it every day going out. So I tell my kids, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you're right. Absolutely right.
You keep in mind your goal and you just keep going.
Yeah.
Take this podcast for instance.
Right.
Right. So I'm not an interesting person. I don't go on multimedia, on Facebook, all that. Once I do want to try, I'm not going on Facebook or some shit like that, right? I don't want people in my business. I go do a fun stuff, but I don't hit the record button. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, right? But I know some interesting people, right? Obviously, you the first person on here that we finna put out. Second time, by the way, people that don't know, he came to my house in my 3 Seasons room and helped me practice.
Right.
For a moment like this, like, yeah, we still going through some stuff. Like, our audio ain't the best. Like, I wanted to, but we live and we learn.
Yeah. When you blow, I'm like, yeah.
Well, that is what it is.
Right.
Right. Like, I feel like it's part of where this came from. Like, it was my job. Everybody got a side hustle, right? Yeah. And I was just trying to think of, like, what can I do other than my daytime job to like make some more money or whatever. And at the time I travel a lot, so I was listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I started thinking to myself, like, I know some interesting people. I like talking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So although I got all these negatives that, like, again, I don't like people in my business and I don't like media, social media. I'm not like a big, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a seed that, like, I was listening to him, like, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? But then it didn't go away.
Right.
It never went away. Like, it just kept, right? So, and you had a big part of that, which is why you're the first guest, because I believe in your product.
Thank you.
Right? Both of my kids been through your program, right? I met you through the football program, and we, by the way, it doesn't hurt. That's just from Ithaca, New York.
Why I gotta be Ithaca? It's Utica.
Ithaca.
I'm from Utica.
Utica, my bad.
That's all right.
Utica. But why did I say Ithaca?
There's a college. And Utica and Ithaca sound just the same.
Maybe that's why.
It's Utica College, Ithaca College.
I mean, I've drive through there almost daily. Like, how did I not know it was you?
Right.
But the Buffalo?
Yo, that's a drive, son. Yo, one time
like 6 hours?
I never would have got there again.
It's fine.
I'd rather fly.
Buffalo tight, yo. It's time for me to go back. I got some people I need to go holler at, my cousins and some other, we talked about this last time. My cousins and all that, but it's time for me to go see them. You know.
No, I was like, he said that he'd rather fly, but like, you can't fly anywhere.
I can. I just don't want to.
We drove to Alabama.
I'm scared of heights.
Oh, I hear. Listen, I'm scared of heights too. I'm scared of heights, but I'm getting in the plane.
Don't get me wrong. I can get drunk and fly. Like, it ain't like, or I can just fly normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like I just if I got control, it's a control thing with me. I can't even sit in the passenger side seat of my car. I can't do it.
Oh, wow.
Nope. I don't know what it is about. My uncle think, especially from the planes, he think I might have died on the plane in my former life. That's what he said, and I was like, you might be right because it doesn't make sense that I don't like to fly because I did like a stint with the FAA and like the air traffic controllers and all that. So I know, and then you got to learn about planes. So I know about turbulence and cold versus hot weather, and how the air affects the plane and all that. Like I know all that stuff, but
I was in the Air Force. Remember, I worked on A-10 jets.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I worked on A-10 jets.
But when that shit,
You gotta tell me.
if I'm not drunk, I am not happy, bro.
Yeah, listen, that turbulence is real.
Oh, really?
I just start praying. I close my eyes. And I just start
White
praying.
knuckle, yo.
Yeah.
But if I'm drunk, it don't matter.
Yeah, I just start praying. I'm like, ooh. I had to. Yeah, that height thing. I agree with you on that one.
So
you gotta worry about that.
But I did go indoor skydiving.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that on the air thing?
Yep. Me and my old lady, we went down to Jersey called iFlight.
Yeah.
It was pretty tight. Like, yo, there's so you go in low and there's a guy there who, when you go there, right? Everybody there is like a hand robot. It's weird, and they talk all like robotically.
It's probably how they got them to go.
They just got androids.
Like, I don't even know, man. Like I don't know. Like the guy was making a joke, but the whole time he was like, ha ha ha. Like, who are you? What is wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't just him. It was the girl we went out there too. She's explaining like how she was scared to jump out, how she was scared of heights, and then she did this and did her to jump out of planes. But the whole time she was all like, yeah, both of you, both tables go high and well, and it's like, why are you talking like that? Y'all weird here.
I'm not jumping out of that.
But I will say this though. So you go in, the guy got you. You go low, and then another guy come in, high, right?
Really? Okay.
High up in there, probably like 30, 40 feet up top of there, and then but it's cool. Like you fall and you get hit in the face, and you know what? We got videos and photos. Yeah, she was doing the Sigma sign, whatever that was. But do that, and we got videos. We'll probably post that link or something. Put the videos up so y'all can see it. But there's you go up, and then that change coming back down. Because you're doing this, you're going in a circle, and then you go up, and then you go down, and you go up, then you go down. And that wind hitting you in the face, but that change coming down takes some getting used to.
Really?
Let's just say that.
Like your heart drops.
Like, it's weird, bruh. It's so weird. You kind of like, I don't know. It's like that weightlessness, maybe like second and a half where you pause going up and you coming back down. Like that part, like I'm like, like the whole time trying not to tense up and ball up and like come crashing to the ground because you got to stay flat in order to stop yourself and come back up and all that other stuff. Right? Because there was a lady before me. It was before me and my wife, so she was probably the funniest person I met in a year. Like a full year, she's probably the funniest.
Was she screaming?
Well, just her comment before we went in. Like she's a funny person. Her personality, hilarious. Like I almost tried to keep in touch with her because she's so funny. I didn't want to come off as weird though. Right? But she got in, and she paid because you got to pay to go up higher, right? It's like an extra $10.
Oh, okay.
But it is some shit. But then, all right, it's like what? $10? All right, fine. But you know what I'm saying? So the moment they started, the other guy came in and she started to go up. She balled up in the ball. Boom! Sunk like a rock.
Wow. But she hit the thing?
No, there's a net there.
Oh, okay.
But she going. You know what I'm saying? Maybe boom was the wrong word. You know what I'm saying?
No,
but bam, she bounced off the net and she's like sitting there in the fetal position. They got to stop the machine and so I'm looking at this and I'm already kind of shook. Yeah, and I'm like,
one of those.
No. But it was good.
That sounds like I probably would try. I tried
Indoor. There's nothing to be scared of.
Right.
You just got to do it. Like you might be scary or whatever, but if you just do it, you'll see it's fine. Jumping out of a plane is different.
No, I tell people that. Like there's no way. No, I tried. They got that thing at Six Flags, that bungee jump thing, where they pull you all the way up.
Slingshot. I'm good.
They pull you all the way up, and then they can pull the string.
You get on that?
Slingshot.
Yeah, get a slingshot.
110 stories you drop. 110 stories you drop.
Yeah,
you can see the whole part.
I'm good.
I did it with my boy.
You did it?
Yeah.
Are you scared of heights? You did
I am. I was trying to get over it. When I was younger. I was trying to get over that because I knew I was.
I did get on Superman.
And that thing's like this. I got to
Superman's not bad.
Shoot. Not if you get stuck at the top.
This dude always getting on roller coasters and stuff.
I got stuck at the top.
He got his mom Sense for Adventure. He ain't
getting up. God bless you, son.
Yeah.
Well, it's a mix because like I got a sense of survival. I'm not doing stupid stuff.
Well, she don't do stupid stuff either, but she want to jump out of a plane.
No, yeah.
Which is weird to me. She almost got me to do it. It was before you was born. She almost got me to jump out of the plane, but we were the last jump of the day. And apparently that last jump, most of the time you get bumped because they're not on time.
Mm-hmm.
So we got bumped. We were scheduled. She talked me into it. Anyways, I forgot my son right there. But still,
I don't give a damn what you tell me. You didn't talk me into it.
Oh, yeah.
There's some things. No, dude. Not when it comes to height. If I'm too nervous, I probably won't do it. I know myself. My heart will start doing all this jumping, and I'm like, I don't even like people touching me if I'm high up somewhere. They touch me.
Yo, you see those videos where probably some Asian country where they got the glass bridge or glass on the side of a mountain and people like walk.
Yo, and they have like the screen where it like cracks on.
Yeah. Like my feet start tingling when I see that stuff, yo.
Oh, my legs get light.
Yeah.
My legs get light and I can't move.
I'm dizzy. Like, I can't watch this.
How can I get by? How would I make it through this?
Oh.
I just get thinking in my head like, I gotta survive. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Some things I even think about swimming. I can swim, but I think like,
I can swim. I can't float though.
I can't float.
I can swim.
Yeah. That means my arms can't stop moving until I make it to where I gotta make it.
Which means I'm not gonna last long. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't stop moving, because you tread water to rest, right? If I can't, I can tread water.
That's a lot of muscle, though.
I can tread water on my back.
That's a lot of muscle, though.
That's like a pool. If I'm in the ocean, you can't tread water on your back in the ocean.
But you look like
food. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you look food, then. Sharks just look like that.
Yeah, it look like a fish or something.
Or a seal.
Because apparently sharks don't attack humans because they're human. They attack them because they think they're something else.
Yes.
It's seals.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's why they attack them.
Yep. And I'm like, it wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
That would not be me. Not at all. I don't know. That's one of my craziest fears. Me and my boy talking about stuff at work. We talking about crazy stuff. We be like, yo, we talking about whales. We talking about whales. I know it sounds crazy, but we just be like, yo.
Killer whales are crazy, bro.
It's just a whale alone. You know how big they are.
Yeah, but they in all intents and purposes, they're harmless, other than being ginormous.
Right, they're harmless. But
killer whales, though. Killer whales take out great whites like they ain't nothing.
I know, but think about it. If a whale just bumps your boat, they ain't doing it on purpose. You got bumped by a whale and your boat tips over. That's an accident. They can swallow you. on accident because they only eat plankton. All they're doing is opening their mouth. It ain't like they can taste you, like, oh, this is human, let me spit you out. No, it's just crazy. It's just
catch your way out.
straight like Moby Dick, like, yo, I know you feel me in here. Let me out. Let me out.
Hell yeah,
nah, man. Like, all that stuff is just crazy. But yeah. It's
But do you know what's crazy? You see all these like thrill seekers and stuff where parkour dudes be on top of skyscrapers jumping from like beam to beam or walking on the edge.
God bless you.
There's like there's ground and stuff over here, but over here there's like 15, 30, 40 stories of ground.
I don't know why.
Man, that's crazy. Real talk, in the perfect world, I'd be able to get into the flying squirrel suit. Fly and
Yeah.
I want it. That looked fun, but just the flying part, the jumping out of the plane and then the parachuting to safety. That's. But the flying part probably be fun.
Yeah.
I
agree about that.
I'd panic though, because I can't even go on the zip line without panicking. So it's fun. I seen the Will Smith video of how like jumping out of a plane, whatever, is the best thing you could ever do. It is more like the adrenaline because you live. Pretty much is what he was saying. Yeah. And a whole bunch of Will Smith.
And I'm only gonna do it once.
Inspirational words, Will Smith wise. Like he's pretty much he said you happy to live. That's pretty much what he said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I get it. But I don't want to rock. I just want to hit the easy button and be up there. I don't want to have to do all this. I don't want to have to do that. That part I can't handle this part. You know what I'm saying? Like that takeoff.
That's it. I keep my feet on the ground. I stopped. I told my son, I said, "Oh, you old enough to get on roller coasters by yourself now." I said I had to be the brave guy. Cause you know your son, he's gonna get up and get on. What's up? Let's go. I'm on there. My eyes are closed all the time.
Ask Sebastian if I've been on a roller coaster.
No.
Maybe like one.
No. I would get on stuff that do this all day.
Yep.
If you start doing that, I'm good.
No, I only did it because I felt like I needed to be brave around him.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's what his mom for. His mom can be brave. Yeah. I'm gonna be here chilling. Yeah. I'm gonna go get a hot dog. You want a hot dog?
Yeah. Eat whatever you need. Love you. As soon as I knew he was, like, come on, Dad, get it. No, old enough.
Peer pressure does not work here. I'm a grown ass man.
I'll walk right away. I'm gonna get on over here. I'll get on this water ride.
Really. So at our Six Flags over here, I can get on the wooden joint. Right? Like anything that go upside down, I can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? The Superman is just too high though. You know what I'm saying? Like wooden roller coasters, they don't get super high. So I'll mess with a wooden roller coaster. But anything outside of wooden is probably gonna be too high or they're going upside down.
And the wooden ones too, because they hold.
The wooden ones, and they give you a little jolt. Like they give you a little jolt. So I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take that real quick.
I'll take that. Yeah, we get on the wooden joint all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you start Superman where motherfuckers going to the clouds. Back in the building. Back. It was good. We about to wrap up though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah. So how's it going? You know what? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, honestly.
Promotion?
Yeah. We got them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd like for it to have been a little bit better. We did add the links and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you never talked about the raffle, the Mohegan Room.
Yeah.
So right now,
promotion, baby.
Yeah, so right now we are raffling off 2 rooms at Mohegan Sun. The raffle will be April 18th. Tickets are $25. The rooms can't be refunded or any.
It's 2 Saturdays.
It's 2 different rooms. It's let me see.
Yeah, get it in. Get it.
Well, after this, I'll like focus on you or something, and you can just start off like an intro.
No, we good. We good on that. It ain't about me. It's about him.
Well, if you guys do want to do it in track, just edit it.
Well, the intro to me, the intro is you wanna I show the sign, show the address, and show the open. And then if we want, we can throw an instrumental or something over it. But to me, just zooming out to that is intro enough. Maybe you can here's like a New York sound, New York City sound of cars pumping from like outside. I got it in my head. Uh, but then you play that over showing the sign, and I think that for now that could be the intro. Now we in talks with Q about making an intro for the True and Living Productions people.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's what's up. Yo, so like I said, we're having a fundraiser. We have 2 rooms that are donated to us at Mohegan's Sun. It's gonna be the raffle's gonna be on April 18th. The tickets go for $25 a piece. Rooms can't be exchanged, but it's pretty dope. The money's going towards that AAU program. So we call it a night away, which I think is going to be pretty awesome. Because, a lot of people, parents, so if you pay $25 and you win a room at Mohegan Sun, I mean, it's totally worth it. You know what I'm saying? You can't miss out, and it's nice. You could probably get a gambling in, you can get a hot tub, all that stuff. So it's a great cause, and I just keep trying to put out different ways to fundraise for our kids. So it cuts the cost of gym rental, uniforms, travel, all that stuff. So the money never goes to like any of my coaches, because all my coaches either want to volunteer and stuff like that. So it's a dope raffle.
Yeah, that's pretty tight, though.
Yeah.
Is it a minimum of participants in it?
No, you can buy as many tickets you want.
No, I mean, like, do you have to have enough?
Oh, no. The room's already donated. It's already good to go.
Okay. So, and that's the great thing about it. I didn't have to come out of pocket for it.
For me,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
And it's for the AAU team getting together. Let's talk about that real quick.
So this is, like I said, it's our second year. I feel like this, and I say this. My AAU program is about kids coming, getting well coached, understanding what is going to happen. When I say what happens, I mean like what's going to go on as far as traveling, getting your skills up, getting your IQ up, getting your hunger up, understanding, situational basketball, all that. I train for all that when we play AAU, and I believe that with my program, because I've been asked for years, like, when am I going to start my own? When am I going to start my own? I feel like this is my year. I feel like these guys are what you're going to get out of my program. You may not get everywhere else. You know what I mean? And I'm still going to try to get you recognition for colleges and stuff like that as well. But just to get you more prepared for the sport, to understand it and get a love for it. So that's going to be
again at the time.
So the time is going to be March 19th. It's going to be 4 to 7. It's going to be 5th grade all the way up to 12th grade. But if you got any 4th graders or maybe even 3rd graders that are that good and play up, then we'll do it. I'm not afraid to put kids out there and let them understand it. Though there's a lot more to do. So that's March 19th, AAU at St. Bernard's High School. Right? At St. Bernard's High School.
So on top of both of those, you got the mentorship program.
On top of that, yep, I have the mentoring program where we do life skills, where we do mentoring, we do everything, man. Just being there for kids. We also have the mom program.
I was gonna get into that next.
Yeah, the dad's
definition of hard work. All of that. So that's so much stuff you got going down that one.
Yep.
No matter what your needs, mental, physically, you got them covered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's tell the people how to get in contact with you. I see no other reason not to.
Right. So you can check out my website, www.dhwathletics. That's our website. .com. The emails just the same. dhwathletics@gmail. We have the Instagram, DHW_athletics. Well, Snapchat, Twitter, all the same.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking of. Twitter, Snapchat.
Yeah, I don't got none of that.
Yeah,
I
mean, either, man.
I ain't gonna lie, not the best at it, but we have it. DHW Athletics, we have the Twitter, we have the
That's
Snapchat.
what's up, man.
So, and then, you know, if you want to just contact me, you just call me on my number.
The mentorship program is the same contact info?
Everything's the same contact.
Okay, all right.
Everything. I'll send you a flyer and stuff too. For my
We'll definitely put as much up as we can. Like again, we still trying to figure this out, but we definitely gonna try to get your word out there because
definitely, thank you.
Definitely a program that I believe in. You are a person I believe in based off of what I've seen myself.
Yeah.
Right. I said this before. We wouldn't be here if I didn't completely believe in you.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My youngest. Basketball and football, my oldest football and conditioning. I've watched a few. And we talked about this last time. Again, people that don't know, it's the second time in front of me right here.
Yeah.
We talked about the actual me watching you and being on the same page, even though we didn't say words.
Right.
Like, you know, all of that stuff I still fully believe in. I know you're busy right now. We're going to wait till after states to get my kids back into the program. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we got a lot going on. You got St. Bernard basketball going on.
Yeah.
The mentorship program. You got the AAU, the raffles that come along with it. Right? And then you got definition of hard work on top of that. 3 classes of football, basketball, and the mom and dad class on top of that. Are you kidding me right now, bro?
Nah, I'm everywhere.
Bruh.
That's all I get.
What?
That's all I get around town. Everybody's like, yo, you're always doing something. I'm like, I said, somebody's got to do it.
Yo, get at him, man. Yo, we've been here for long enough. It was good. Yo, I really appreciate you coming out and helping me. As always, Mr. True and Living, I appreciate your time. Thanks for letting me use your space. Hell yeah. Get it. Yo, next week we're going to try to do some other stuff. But in the meantime, let's get at Coach Lamar. Again, we will put his links, how to contact him and everything he's involved in. We try to get that down there, right, inside the link. Right, so hit him up. I'm telling you, I got nothing but great things to say as always. And as always, be true and living. We'll get at you next week. Let's get it.